What is up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. And I have Neil on the pod.
Hello.
I'm excited to have you on this podcast.
I'm excited to be here.
It's been nice to get some hang time.
Yeah, this was so fun.
Amazing dinner. Thanks, James. I can't take credit for this one.
The horseradish cheddar in the
Really
grilled
doing
cheese
something.
was special.
For our reformed picky eater.
Yes. Yes.
Approved.
I could taste it, and I was okay with it, and it elevated the dish.
That's amazing.
And 21-year-old me would be really proud.
As you should be.
Yeah.
I follow this guy on TikTok who is also, well, he actually has there's a term for it, but it basically like an aversion to most foods. Like he has like a visceral reaction if he doesn't like something. I would have to look up the word, but and he's been doing this like hilarious series where like his roommates make him try things that he's like really afraid of, like pickles.
I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has a medical term.
Yes.
His
Yeah.
aversion to food.
No, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And he like gags.
It's definitely a guilty pleasure kind of thing. When he pops up, I'm like, I really want him to gag.
No, I know. Same. I want him to hate it.
Yeah.
There have been a few that he's like sort of stomached and he seems fine with. Like I think he was okay with orange juice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
Right.
That's a crowd pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say.
I fucking love orange juice.
Have you seen the Melon, the gagging cat?
Oh yes, who smells things and then like kind of throws up.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is like a iconic thing to do.
I didn't know cats could gag like that.
It is kind of disturbing.
I love it.
My cat's honestly, I will say, Misho, the pretty one, throws up probably like once a day.
It's normal cat stuff though, right?
It is.
Yeah. Are they hairballs?
Some of it's hairballs. Some of it's just like he eats too fast.
Yeah.
And then throw up like full dry kibble. Just like a full meal.
Okay.
Undigested.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then he does this cool thing where he'll like kind of pretend to clean it up. So
Yeah.
he'll be there and he'll like.
Oh, like hopefully no one's looking.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And he won't actually touch it, but he'll kind of swipe at it a little bit. And I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He's got it.
It's good effort.
Under control.
Are either of your cats IBS kings or queens?
So I would actually say they're not too bad in
Okay.
comparison to some like of the previous cats that I've had in my life. I grew up with cats. We also keep them on a pretty specific diet because Misho gets bladder stones.
Oh.
So he's
Okay.
he's had to get a couple surgeries.
Oh.
And we actually found out that if he gets another bladder stone and needs surgery one more time, our doctor or our vet was like, we would consider, or we would at that point recommend like a transitional surgery.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like.
No.
Okay.
We would recommend ending his life.
Yeah,
No.
I was like that is.
They would basically
Thank God.
transition my cat.
Okay.
So,
That helps with the gallstones.
I guess
Okay.
like it's something about like boy kitties just like are
Oh.
super prone to like bladder infections,
Yeah.
and so they them pronouns for Misho moving forward.
Yeah. I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'm an ally.
Yes.
I'll support it. Yeah.
I was like, that'd be crazy, but I mean, I'll do anything to save his life. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. and not kill the cat.
Right.
Sorry I brought that up. That was
No.
dark. I will say I am a deeply IBS king.
Are you?
IBS president.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's a tough life.
I did use the bathroom before coming in here. I saw your bidet.
Yeah.
To say I am jealous would be
No.
an understatement.
It has changed my life.
Okay, give me your bidet experience because I'm looking into a cat and a bidet.
No, 100 and two fabulous things.
Okay.
I think, in fact, you will be a much happier person with a cat and a bidet. Not that you're not happy now, but
the
I just
1-2
think those
combo.
are the only two things anyone could possibly be missing.
This is precious.
Are you want to be on the podcast
sweet.
too? If
That's
you're not
awesome.
watching the video episode, my cat's on the pod.
That's so cute.
But yeah, we moved in and there was already the bidet,
Okay.
which does feel a little bit strange.
I was gonna say like a pre-owned bidet. I
pre-owned
would prefer
bidet.
mine.
Yeah.
fresh.
Pre-owned by my landlords, no less. Like, I know who was using the bidet.
You don't even have like, that's like sitting down when the seat's still warm from like the previous sitter.
Right.
Okay.
It's very much, sort of no separation there. But at first I was
wild.
kind of like, I guess once you install one on a toilet, like that's it. Like it's there, or you probably need a new toilet, I think maybe. Again, not a plumber, but, and ever since moving in, and at first I was hesitant to use it. And James was very much down to give her the old spin.
Hell yeah.
And it is funny, throughout our house, I can hear when anybody is using the bidet.
Okay.
It's a bit loud.
So there's no, nobody's sneaking a poop.
No. You're kind of like, you can hear them just completely blasting their ass. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I mean, it's in the name of being clean. And now that I've had one, I can't believe that I was going without for so long.
So I went to Austin, and I house sat for one of my best friends from childhood, and he has a bidet, and it's like a nice new high-tech one.
Okay, yes.
And first time I ever tried it, you could choose your temp, your water pressure,
Amazing.
your angle of attack.
That's crazy.
I swear to God, you can go like a cone spray. Oh, it's like the click, click, click when you're in the yard in the hose.
Yes.
You can do jet, cone.
Oh my God.
Swivel. It's fantastic. And so I've been really looking into it ever since.
Oh my God, yeah. Changed my life.
I remember my train of thought. Why bidets I think are very important, and why American and Western culture with paper is actually kind of gross.
No, it's so gross.
Because if, say, you're walking your dog and you're shoot, where was I? I've got a thought. I'm gonna be able to do this.
Well, it's like if a bird shits on you,
would you wipe it off dry? That's where I was going. Yes.
No
If
way.
you've got a little bit of like dog shit on you, would you take a dry towel, wipe it off, and call it good?
Absolutely not.
No way.
Yeah.
You take water, soap, wet rag, the whole thing.
100%.
We're daily going dry down there.
I know, it's messed up.
Get a bidet.
100%. Well, and I also think, I feel like there are pluses and minuses to kind of like the Tushy style bidet.
I'm not familiar.
Which is what we have.
Okay.
Where it's kind of like, that's a brand name, but I feel like they're kind of like the Kleenex of tissues, if that makes sense.
Are you saying you've got a name brand?
Yeah.
Okay, like a 2017 Tushy.
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like the plus is that it is attached, it's built onto your toilet vibe versus like a European bidet where you are kind of getting up and relocating.
Right.
Yeah. But also there is something like inherently embarrassing about having one bathroom in your house and that one kind of being the one that has the Tushy attached to it. Like I feel like if I had a guest bathroom, I would keep that one Tushy-less just for posterity.
Your guests would not have fully clean butts.
No.
But you would.
Right, that's for the owners of the house.
Yeah, you gotta be the owner of this house.
Yeah. Assert my dominance over my guests.
I know what you did in there, and I know it wasn't 100%.
No, right. And I feel like, like if there's like a half bath in a house, you're not going to put the Tushy in there. You're going to put it in the full bath.
Unless you're rich.
So true.
And you're just of 100% coverage.
It seems like now we should just be making that like something that's on all toilets all the time, no matter what.
I love it. When I go to Europe, I take extra time in the bathroom.
Right.
To enjoy myself.
Practically a spa.
Yeah. and they're kind of beautiful too.
No, absolutely.
In Europe, they're like part of the porcelain floor. And
Europe kind of just makes everything actually aesthetically pleasing.
It does. It makes like trash look sexy.
I know.
Like...
that's really an art form. I wish we had that going on here.
Like Paris, like an alley in Paris just covered in garbage. And you're like...
Most beautiful place.
So Parisian.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
What's your favorite European city?
Absolutely am biased towards Madrid.
That's
I
fair.
think that is hands down the kit and caboodle best city in the world.
It's amazing.
It gets a lot of shit from the Barcelona boys. And...
That's so true.
I'm going to get a little passionate here.
Please.
Okay. If Madrid and Barcelona were both on the ocean, Barcelona would have 0 tourists.
Okay. I think I agree with you.
The only thing bringing people to Barcelona.
That makes sense to me.
As like a wealthy American traveler.
Yeah.
I think. I don't mean to disrespect the Barcelonian culture.
No, totally.
But I just love Madrid. I think Madrid is perfect.
Madrid is fun. The only time I went I've only been once. It was after my dad did the Camino de Santiago through Spain.
Cool of your dad.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a cool dad.
Retired, so I think he's trying to...
To do that retired is impressive.
It did take him 2 full months. I think it takes most people 1. He actually did it with Sophia's dad.
Okay. I love this. I'm
besties.
learning. Okay. That's cool.
Which was so fun. And so they kind of did that. And then my mom and I went out there to like meet them at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started in Portugal. I think we were in like Lisbon for maybe like 4 or 5 days. And then we went to Madrid and Sophia met us.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun to be there with Sophia because obviously she knows all the spots.
Yes.
And so it was like good to be with a local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my greatest regrets is not being Sophia's friend when we were living in Madrid.
Oh, wait, did you know her?
Barely.
Okay.
Like, I knew it was like one of Claire's friends.
Yes.
And like Claire had like her like rock solid gal group.
Yeah.
Not that I could have, like, she would have been like, yeah, come with me if you want to, but
Yeah.
I was like, we've all joked about being depressed and sad over there.
Yeah.
I was not online
I
when
understand.
I say that. I was not like a very fun social butterfly. I had like my 4 friends and we
Okay.
just did our traveling. But yes, like now that I know Sophia, now that I'm online,
Yes.
and I've gotten my depression in check with medication,
Which is
and
famously a wonderful thing to
family-
do.
So good.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, damn, Sophia is a hoot and holler in time.
She's the best.
And I think we would have made a ruckus over there.
I think so too.
I'm so bummed that we weren't hanging out all the time.
Sophia kind of makes ruckus wherever she goes.
Yeah.
That girl has a way.
But a good kind.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
She's like my oldest friend.
Mm-hmm.
So her and I met. We actually moved to Madison on the same weekend. I think
Okay.
the same day. So her family moved from Spring Green and mine moved from Milwaukee. And we were both going into 3rd grade. Parents moved in the same neighborhood. And we were initially in different classes. I don't remember exactly why or how Sophia switched, but she ended up moving into my 3rd grade class.
Okay.
And she, I think, still has it. Sophia, correct me if I'm wrong, but I like wrote her a little note that was like, want to be friends? And the rest is history.
Shut up. That is precious.
Which is so cute. And our parents are besties.
That is really cute.
Our dads, I would say, are like maybe each other's only friend.
Okay.
And then our moms have like a little mom group.
Okay, so the dads are a little codependent.
Yes.
Okay. If one like stopped texting, they'd be in shambles kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But
Well-
they've been friends for forever. And so,
Okay.
yeah, they went and did that hike together, which is hilarious. But I think they had a wonderful time.
That's so cool.
Made it out still friends. That's all you can ask.
That is true. If you do 2 months backpacking
Yes.
in a foreign country where you can't even like go off on your own and get like a power bar from CVS.
No, totally.
If you come out as closer friends, then that's impressive.
I think so too. And my dad, like, I think this was his 2nd time in Europe. Certainly didn't know any Spanish. Was
Okay.
very much one of those Midwestern fathers. But yeah, he had an amazing time. He came back and was really obsessed with cafe con leche, which, you know, milk and coffee.
Groundbreaking. We don't have that here.
Yeah.
I've never seen it here.
No, literally. Well, and he was like really, really into it. So this year I got him for his birthday like an espresso machine.
Okay.
And he like, in his old age, he's gotten a bit soft. Dad, if you're listening.
Aww.
And I literally like brought this thing out of the box, and I swear he started to cry.
He cried.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Making your parents cry from sentimental things.
Yes.
Is like one of life's greatest
Absolutely.
joys, I guess. I don't know. It is precious. It's
Yeah.
super sweet.
It makes me feel like I won.
You did.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
And just little old me.
I was gonna say if you did, you got above
Right.
your other one.
Yeah.
But you just elevated
There's
yourself.
no competition. Yeah.
Okay. You could do whatever you want. You're still they have to love you. Okay.
And that's it. That's
No,
all they've got.
That's funny. I do have something to say about the Cafe Con Leche.
Okay, yes.
Similarly, I went there. So I studied abroad in Spain in college, and then moved there after graduating. That's where I met Claire, and
Yes.
somehow the reason I'm sitting on this couch, which
No,
is the
so
coolest
true.
little string theory.
Yeah.
And the Malala accident is also why I'm here, which is the coolest thing ever.
Amazing.
You can get into that if you'd like.
Yeah, I
It
would
is
love.
the only cool thing about me.
Okay, I
but
can't
anyways,
wait.
let me finish my non-important thought.
Please.
That being, I got obsessed with pan con tomate,
Okay.
bread with tomato.
Amazing, though.
Coffee with milk, bread with tomato.
Right.
And so I
It's the
was
simple things.
so passionate about like this Spanish cultural dish.
Mm-hmm.
My parents came to visit, and apparently the first thing I said was like, you have to have pan con tomate. You must have it with me. It's amazing. It's the best. Every Spanish person has this. It's so important. It's part of their daily ritual. And then I bring them to like what is essentially like a fast food breakfast cafe, like the Starbucks
Yes.
of fucking Madrid. They're on every street corner. like, tres café con leches y pan con tomate. And I'm like looking over my parents like, you're impressed, right? And they were. If they see me speak any Spanish, they think I'm so impressed. And then I put the plate down and I'm just like, yeah, you put olive oil and salt on it and you eat it. And my mom was just like, it's fucking tomato on bread. And it's like, no, it's pan con tomate.
Right.
And they humbled me real quick. They're like, are you okay? This is what you've gotten so excited about? You're all the way here and you're just like, this tomato and bread.
I will say it is better over there.
Yeah.
If you put tomato and bread on together at your own house here in Illinois, it's not the same.
It isn't.
And I feel like their ingredients out there are just so clean.
They were.
Yeah.
They did taste really good.
Delicious.
But yeah, that was...
That's so funny. It really is the simple things at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would love to get into your Lala story.
Of course.
I need the tea.
Okay. I'm trying to think of... I guess I should start from the beginning because I think we've only hashed this story out through word of mouth.
Okay.
Of like our friends of friends you've heard, maybe. Or drunk at a bar and I'm screaming over like music.
Okay.
I fell. Is that true? I can't quite
remember. I don't know.
Okay. That's good. Then we can, this is...
a fresh reaction.
This is genuine then.
Yes.
Yeah, this isn't like just hamming it up for the podcast.
Which is also allowed.
Okay, good. Okay, perfect. Anyways, so yes, I was supposed to go to Spain. I was going to move to Spain.
Okay.
I had my visa. I had my job. I had a roommate set up.
Yeah.
It was going to be this big, important life event. Get out of trying to go to grad school, get a career change. Everything was...
Okay.
bent on this trip. It's all I cared about.
How old were you?
25.
Okay.
I'm telling all my friends, I'm telling all my family, I'm painful to be around. Be like, oh, you guys would be not eating bread with tomatoes. I'm going to have it every day. I was insufferable. And so my sister gets free tickets through a company to Lala. My flight is 2 days later. So I'm just going on a Saturday for free.
Okay.
And as you do at Lala, you enjoy a lot of beer.
Absolutely.
And I will go on the record, and you can check the toxicology reports. Not a single drug was in my system. Okay. But my Midwestern ass had way too much beer.
Naturally.
And then I was like, oh, the food's so expensive, I just won't eat.
Which is a perfect normal choice.
But I could rationalize spending $15 a beer.
Right.
Yes.
It's all about your priorities.
Yeah. And so I was with my sister and all their friends. 2 headliners are headlining that night. Red Hot Chili Peppers on one end.
Oh, incredible.
Blink-182 on the other.
Oh my God.
I know. Decisions had to be made.
So true.
And the fact that it's a Red Hot Chili Peppers fault that I went through this.
We should write them a strongly worded letter.
Yeah. They haven't replied yet to my emails, so maybe I'll pen and paper it. But yeah, so they, my sister's group and my sister wanted to see Blink-182. I've always wanted to see Red Hot Chili Peppers live. I refused to pay $600 a ticket at like Soldier Field.
Totally.
And so I make the really dumb decision at 9:30 p.m. after 1,000 beers and no food, or who knows how many? Probably
1,000.
Probably like 8. But I drink the really gross, like thick 10% beers.
Tall boys.
Yes. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to Red Hot Chili Peppers. And my sister was like, before she could even say like, wait, no, hold on, I'll go with you. I disappeared into the dark.
Right.
I left. I was on a mission.
Nowhere to be seen.
And so I now have to navigate Grant Park, which is so much bigger than I ever realized.
Yeah.
And I go to grab a beer and a water and pee before I get there. I just want to sit in the grass and jam out to Snow AO. Snow, oh yeah. You know, Snow.
Of course.
Danny California.
Yes.
I'm such a fake fan for only coming up with their 2 most... Anyways. And so I remember like looking at the porta potty line. It was like 1,000 people deep.
Right.
And I thought like I could probably pee behind there, which is a decision you make as
when you're 1,000 beers deep.
As a white male with 30 beers.
Yeah.
And be like, that's going to be fine. It's not going to be an issue. And I like shimmy my way there. I was at the end of the park. The other end was like where the metro goes underground.
Okay, yes.
The L literally like, you know, when you enter Lala, you have to go over bridges.
Yeah.
I had just like found the end of the park where like the bridges were starting.
Okay.
And
amazing.
Leave it to a drunk man to manage to get to an restricted spot.
Totally.
But I just like walked into a fence and fell over it.
No way.
Like it was waist deep. Or waist height.
Oh no.
And I folded over it like just a pancake.
Totally. Just complete jelly.
It was like 15 to 20 feet.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Into a train pit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. And like, thank God I don't remember.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I can pee behind there. Boom.
Oh my god, that is crazy.
Northwestern emergency room, and my fingers are strewn up in like strings from the ceiling because my bones are broken and they have to like reset them.
Holy shit.
It's like I transported like 3 hours time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Who found you?
Great question.
Right.
We don't know.
That's insane.
Because like obviously there's no footage. Obviously it's in the middle of like 30 concerts going on.
Oh, you're lucky you're here with us today.
Insanely lucky.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
And so like my parents, everyone's like, that was so traumatic. Are you okay? I'm fine.
Yeah.
My mother has not recovered.
I understand.
So
yeah.
I wasn't such a bad, kind of in a bad mood after
Yeah.
that. I wasn't super pumped. And so like they just took care of, rockstar parents just made it invisible to me the issues to go along with it, which was the police report,
Sure,
finding out what happened. And so they have a firsthand witness of just the EMS that found me.
Okay.
We don't know who called it in. We don't know how.
Okay.
But what's crazy is I can send you a photo, and you're welcome to put, I don't know, do you throw images up for
Absolutely.
stories? Holy shit. Okay. I went back to the scene of crime and found it. So basically the firsthand experience from the EMS said like they found me on gravel.
Okay.
But I'll send you the photo. What's crazy is I had to have fallen from the park to where I fell was onto a service road.
Okay.
And gravel was like 30 feet into the pit. So this is really graphic and fucked up. I had to have just crawled trying to find help.
Oh god.
And I broke both my wrists like noodles.
Holy shit.
I broke two
I do not think I've heard this story.
Yeah, I feel like you would have remembered the details. It's kind of hard to hash this out like in the middle of a bar.
Sure, fair.
And then so I broke both my wrists. They were like the worst part. 2 vertebrae in my back.
Oh my god.
And L4, L5, I think, and then my right ankle. So
That's
that was the grand
most of
total.
your body.
Yeah, I was like the SpongeBob, the guy in the body cast. Yeah, but that's just the scariest part is he's like, yeah, I found him in gravel, which was like 30 feet past where he had fallen.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So pumped I didn't remember that part.
Right.
Yeah.
It's best to just block all that out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Man, that is crazy.
Yeah.
So I assume no Madrid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried my best. I couldn't get on a plane after that.
Yeah.
In 2 days, which was really funny. Is like, like I might need XYZ surgery. Hopefully, there's no brain trauma, and I'm just like, I can't go on my trip.
I can't have my tomato and bread.
That's all I cared about because it was such an important like life launching. Like it was gonna change everything.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was just like devastated. But yeah, 7 days in the hospital and then
That is crazy.
made it out. But it's the craziest thing. And yes, I completely, fully recovered, except for one thing.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Okay.
It's one of the funniest things ever.
Okay.
They saved my hands. I'm great.
Yes.
I'm good to go.
You're using them amazing.
I have a really bad thumbs up on the left side.
Okay. Oh my gosh, let's see. Oh no, that's as high as it goes.
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah. So if you ever see me get really excited about something,
Sure.
I only use my right hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, famously, you really only need the one.
Yeah. So there's 2 ligaments here and here. One's gone.
Okay.
And its only function is
crazy.
to make the tip of your thumb
Go all the way up.
Yeah.
Which is your dominant hand?
The right, the one that's fully healed.
Okay.
So I chose really
at
well.
least you have that.
Yeah.
You chose really well.
Yeah.
That was a good choice in the moment.
Yeah. So it is so funny. I'm not allowed to go back to Lala.
Okay.
They haven't banned me.
Just
for my mother's sake.
I see.
I just don't go.
Yeah. Sometimes, you just really have to. You can't put her through that.
No, truly, it's just not worth it. So I just go to the after shows now.
Okay.
I create my own little like 30-year-old adult
I love
Lala
it.
experience, and it's so nice.
I've actually never been to Lollapalooza.
Yeah. Okay.
I've gone to the after shows.
That's the best way to do it.
The lineup this year was actually really tempting for me, but I just haven't bit the bullet. 4 days feels like too many days.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you have to go to all 4.
If I could, it'd be one day.
Yeah.
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 I don't think I could do
Well, and then there were so many people that I liked, but I wish they had been all on one day, and then they were all spread out.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't
know how Claire and Kira do it.
I know.
They are the most impressive little 28-year-olds.
Those girls could really get after it.
They got some longevity in them.
Seriously.
It's impressive.
It really is.
Yeah.
That's a strength that I feel like I can bring out every once in a while. I actually, the last 2 years since living here, I've also gone to Pitchfork.
Okay, cool.
Which is 3 days. And this was the first year where I started doing, I was only going like evening and on. And that's kind of nice. But I will say festivals in the city are fun because you just go home afterwards.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful thing.
That is nice.
It's so nice.
Well, if you live
Unless
in
you
the,
go
if
to
you
the
live in the city.
hospital.
I was going to say, well, I found a home. 7 nights.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you like, how many casts?
Oh, I can send you another photo.
Amazing.
It's hilarious. It's really funny. I had a boot on the right ankle. 2 soft splints, then I graduated to like hard splints, and they got smaller and smaller on the wrists. But the back was a little tricky. You can't cast that, turns out. And so I had what I lovingly called a turtle shell.
Okay. Right.
And it was actually like just a plastic front cover and a plastic back cover with like cinch buckles.
Oh my god.
To keep me like rigid and upright. And,
holy shit.
And for comfort, they had 2 like comically fluffy breasts.
For comfort in what sense?
I thought the same thing, but like I came to really love those fuzzy breasts because I like you could the brace did all the like posture for you.
Okay.
And so if I wanted to be like lazy in a bar stool, I could just like do that and it would hold me up, and then like the fluffy part would go right into like my pecs.
I see.
And it was kind of comfortable and nice.
Okay.
So I get why they're there.
And how long were you sort of in this getup?
Oh, one more funny thing about that. Sorry. The funniest part was I had to have use a platform walker to get around.
What is that?
I didn't know what that was either until they brought it out, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because I had to use a walker to walk around.
Okay.
And because I broke, you just throw a little humor at it and it goes away.
Totally.
It's fine. We had I couldn't put pressure through my wrists. So you can't use a walker because that's like how you walk around.
Sure.
So a platform walker is when there's a little metal brace and then a flat part for you to put your forearms.
Oh my gosh.
So little platforms for your forearms. So I was like this.
That is just crazy.
Yeah.
And could you put weight on the foot with the boot? No.
Yeah, the ankle is chilling.
Okay.
Best part about it.
Okay, that's nice.
I like if they told me it wasn't broken, I would have been like, okay.
And was this like a couple weeks, a couple months?
Oh right, you asked for time frame. It was 7 days in the hospital, 3 different floors. So like the ER,
really making your way around.
The neuro floor, because they didn't know if like my back needed surgery or not.
Sure.
And then they were like, "You're good, back's fine." And then they took me to general ortho where I wrote it out. And then so that was 7 days, and then I guess beginning to end fully was about 6 months.
Holy shit!
But I think my true graduation was getting rid of the turtle shell with the fluffy breasts.
Sure.
That made me feel like I was really getting somewhere.
Yeah.
That was only like 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. And I could take it off and on. Like I didn't have to sleep with it on.
Okay.
Yeah. Just if I wanted to.
I can't imagine sleeping in that.
Yeah. Just for ambulation.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new term to me.
To ambulate? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got it. So I studied exercise science in college.
Okay.
Never used that degree at all.
Until.
All of a sudden. I'm like.
That is just crazy.
Yeah.
That is wild to be. You have made a full recovery.
Yeah.
With the exception of the thumb.
Yeah. Can we not bring that up
98%.
again? Can we not bring up the thumb again?
Yeah, my bad.
I was vulnerable when I brought that up. And you kind of.
I know, I'm rubbing it in.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yes, but full recovery. I am so lucky. Should be dead, should be paralyzed. OT.
OT.
And that's where I learned the major difference between PT and OT.
Okay.
It was all the therapy I had was just hand stuff.
Okay.
Having to like get your motion back and all that fun stuff and range of motion. Mm-hmm. So a lot of hammer twirling.
Cool.
Yeah, you hold a hammer and you just try to get it like a little further the next day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you have the full range of hammer twirl.
Pretty good.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild though to be in like an inner city, and it's Northwestern. It's very nice.
Yeah.
But like, of course, just like the crazy injuries you get in a city.
Yeah.
And like people, and it's just like people just trading horror stories, like haymakers back and forth
so true
on the therapy floor. Like one guy, like he got shot, and it like bullet like went almost through his hand.
Oh my god.
And so he was like rehabbing from that.
That is fucking insane.
Yeah, and like
it's just so crazy.
City's a dangerous place.
So true.
Yeah, so like people just. Hands get fucked up in Chicago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really interesting.
Gotta watch those.
Yeah, we all showed up for the same appointment. We were all like chilling, kind of doing hammer twirls. Yeah, but it is the craziest fine lining, silver lining. It's why I'm here today.
So okay.
Is me falling off that the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the 30 beers,
right?
The expensive food is what has brought me here on this podcast.
Or
today.
else you would be in Madrid.
I would have been in Madrid a year earlier.
Okay.
I would have done my whole thing.
Yes.
I would have never met our mutual friends.
So true.
Because a year later, I fulfilled my dream. Met Claire, Kira, Sophia.
Amazing.
We also end up back in Chicago 2 years later.
That's crazy to me.
Keep in touch.
Yeah.
And now we're all just like hang out.
I love that.
It's the coolest thing. It's the craziest string theory, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you in Madrid for 1 year?
I was.
Did some of them do 2? Or am I making that up? I mean, obviously Sophia, but she's sort of an anomaly.
Sophia's such an asterisk.
Yeah.
She's just like, literally when she's here, I'm just like...
Where do you live now?
Yeah, I literally said like, where are we at? And she's like, Mallorca.
Yeah, literally.
I thought you were Dutch.
I know.
Like, yeah, so she's just out and about. Every time we see her, it's like, what beautiful city are we in today?
Yeah.
Claire and I were 1 year. Kira was 1 year. A lot of people did end up staying, and I'm sure Sophia knows people that stayed. I know there's people that stayed, but in our immediate group, I don't know.
Okay.
Watch me be totally wrong and like piss a few people off with this. Hopefully not. Yeah.
That's okay. Bad memory because you have a traumatic injury.
My head sometimes. Yeah. It's so hard to remember.
You have an excuse.
Yeah. That's good. I should start using that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of drinking lots of beers, am I right or wrong that you completed the 9x9x9 this weekend?
Wow. God bless you. I see. It's one of those things I can't bring up because then you're just bragging.
No, totally.
But
I'm happy to put it out there so we can discuss.
Sam does her research on these podcasts.
Well, I was at the same game. I was at the game.
Okay.
I famously had 2 beers, 1 hot dog.
Oh, I just freaked out. I was like, did I see you and just like
I didn't see
not
you.
even record it?
No. Must have been those 9 beers.
You could have really freaked me out and gaslit me. Be like, we hung out all day.
No.
I was on the same rooftop as you.
But
I brought you your 10th hot dog.
No, right.
Okay, good.
I saw that Claire had posted you, or Kira, or one of them.
Yeah.
And so you were in the midst of completing the challenge at first. Is that something that you have done before? You were successful.
Okay, so no.
Okay.
That was a redemption tour.
Amazing.
I first attempted that at a White Sox game.
Okay.
Because it's super inexpensive to go to a White Sox game.
Yeah, I've been to one. It's an incredible crowd. They really get fired up down there.
Yeah, they are the worst team in baseball.
I love that.
Currently, so they have $5 Tuesdays. So tickets are $5.
That's insane.
Hot dogs are $5. Beers are $5.
What more can you ask
for? So for the low price of $90, you can attempt this challenge, and that's a bargain. Because if I did that at like full retail, it's like a $300 attempt.
That's crazy.
9 beers at like $15 a beer.
$300, and you don't even know if you're going to be successful.
No, it could be all for nothing but a stomachache.
I do feel like maybe though the high price tag would sort of make you get your head in the game a bit.
Yeah, you have to focus.
Yeah,
that is true. But I did it on a $5 night.
Okay.
And I think I got 7 hot dogs, 9 beers.
Okay.
It probably wasn't as good. But here's my issue with Sox Park. If you're going to attempt this, if you're the 8 fans going to a White Sox game.
Yeah. Listen closely. They are definitely fans
Heads
of the
up.
pod. Yeah.
Girthy dogs.
Oh, I see.
On the south side. Those are at least an inch thick.
Okay.
And you get unsteamed buns.
Okay.
You're getting a bun out of a bag that's a little cold. It's impossible to put down.
I see.
So
there's a bit of a strategy to it.
The odds were against me. It wasn't my fault.
I understand.
And so this next time around, we did a Cubs rooftop, which is $150, but it's all inclusive, all your drinks, all your food.
I see.
And it's a lot of options in food. So it's a very affordable way.
So those are the Wrigley rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, completed it. I will say I was with Claire Kira and Emily DeMoss, and respectfully, girls are going to give you a little more leeway and slack.
Okay, sure.
They're like, they're going to be like,
yeah.
no, you did it.
Yeah.
And let the record show, I ate enough, I drank enough.
Yes.
But the rooftops open like 40 minutes before the game starts.
I see.
I had a beer and food casually.
Okay.
I was not planning on doing this.
I see.
And then Claire bullied me, and she took a photo of me saying, "Will Neil redo it?" I said, "Claire, are you fucking kidding me? I didn't know."
Right.
And I couldn't back down now. People had already voted.
Right.
And a lot of people said no.
Okay, the world is against you.
So like I had to make a decision right then and there.
Stakes are high.
I got bullied into doing the 9x9.
So true.
By 9. And I did the 9x9 plus maybe 30 minutes early.
Okay.
So
I mean, listen, I think
they said it
even
was
over a 4-hour span, it's a little bit harder now too, because the new baseball rules, those 9 innings go a bit faster, don't they?
It's so hard. Like a baseball game's done in like 2.5 hours.
I know. I kind of hate that. The point of going to baseball is for 4 hours out in the sun.
Yes, 4 hours in the sun, hear the crack of the bat.
Yes.
Have some Cracker Jacks.
Absolutely.
And you have to stop drinking by the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah.
The 7th comes up in like minutes now.
No, I know. It's insane.
This is not a good look for me. It makes me look like I'm a raging alcoholic. I'm drinking for this podcast.
Consistently drinking upwards of 9 beers.
I did the 9x9x9, and I think I quoted myself at 30 beers for the Lala story.
Yeah, totally.
But no, everything's okay. We're good. I'm healthy and happy. I got my blood work done.
Oh, amazing.
Things are good.
Fantastic results.
Did I lie a little bit?
Yeah, totally.
To the doctor?
I think that's normal.
Yeah.
Everybody lies to their doctor.
Yeah.
Well, I think if I even tried to consume 3 hot dogs and 3 beers, I would throw up.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed by you.
Thank you.
How did that sit?
I mentioned earlier I am an IPS president,
right.
and I would like a bidet.
Okay, yes.
So I fully realize this is an insane thing to do given my circumstances and being 31 years old.
Right.
You'd think I'd have grown up. But bully me on social media. Yeah. If one person votes no,
peer pressure.
I will eat 9 hot dogs in 9 hours. I will say, ultimately, I actually was shocked at how okay things were.
Okay. What beer are we drinking for the 9x9x9?
Miller Lights.
Okay.
We didn't go.
Easy.
Yeah, we didn't go crazy. And I will say, shout out 1048 West Waveland rooftops. The crispiest, coolest Miller Lights I have ever had. They were Sub-Zero almost. So they
practically water.
They made it that much easier for me.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Does the 9x9x9 you have to do bun?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you can't go bun free. There's no listen, if you have celiac disease, it's not for you.
Are these full, like, are you doing a Chicago style dog, or is this sort of a bare naked glizzy?
Sam, that is a wonderful question you brought up.
Thank you.
The rules are full bun, full dog.
Okay.
That is, you can't, let's be reasonable. You can't go off of that.
Okay, that makes sense.
But, and obviously you'd think like the less accoutrements, the less calories, the less filling. But it was also the mental part of the game. And so I would do just ketchup until I couldn't stand ketchup anymore.
Okay, I see.
And that's around dog 4.
Right.
And then I needed some variety.
Yeah.
And so I went down there and I got grilled onions on one.
Okay.
Switched to mustard on the second.
Bit of variety.
And then I went back to ketchup. But so you could add anything you want as long as you finish buns and dogs.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so at that point it's kind of like personal preference. Pick your poison.
Yeah, I could have done hot jardiniere on it if I wanted.
If you're feeling crazy.
The thought just I burped a little at the thought.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And I think that's an accomplishment.
I like, yeah, I'm going to put
that
it
on your resume.
A LinkedIn. I'm going to throw that up. Open to work as long as it's like Nathan's Hot Dogs or Portillo's.
You become the new hot dog eating, what's his name?
Chester?
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut. Jeez,
yes.
Thank you. Yeah, Joey Chestnut.
That can't be his real name.
Yeah, that's a name who's destined to be a hot dog eater.
So true.
I would be actually really upset if I found out that he just like changed
like
his birth certificate.
Name.
He's just like Steve Denesks or something.
His record is a bit higher. I think the 9x9x9 might be no issue for that man.
That is one thing. So I brought up my woes about the White Sox game and their buns. And somebody did say that, why didn't you, they use Joey Chestnut as a verb, why didn't you Joey Chestnut it?
Sure.
I said, tell me more.
Yeah, let's expand on that.
I thought I did my research. I didn't, apparently. And I was like, oh, it makes so much sense. They dip their buns in beer to soften them.
Oh.
Or water to soften them. But I met new people. I met new friends.
Sure.
And to shake someone's hand and then sitting next to them and then dunk.
Yeah.
Girthy dogs and beer water.
Right. I
was trying to uphold an image.
And I completely understand.
Yeah.
That's a hard way to, maintain a new friendship.
I didn't feel like they would respect it.
Yeah.
Like I hoped. Yeah. So I was conservative that night.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Well, an accomplishment to be sure.
Thank
I think
you.
that's very impressive. Not something that I necessarily am going to attempt, but I commend you for doing so.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
I have recently, since moving here, kind of gotten back into the hot dog game.
Okay.
I was pretty anti hot dog for a while, unless it was wrapped in cornbread. I love corn dogs.
Corn dog gal. Okay.
And I actually get corn dogs most of the time when I go to Culver's. That's like my Culver's order.
I didn't know they had them.
It's part of the kids' meal.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, corn dog team Scoopy meal.
Okay.
I get it with extra crispy fries.
You can get extra crispy?
Mm-hmm. They'll stick them back under there.
I need to know someone from Wisconsin so I get my Culver order.
Extra crispy fries.
Okay.
I also get a single chicken tender, just the one.
You can customize an order like that?
Mm-hmm. A single chicken tender, and then I get my drink right away, and I usually get lemonade, no ice. Or they really skimp you on the lemonade if you get ice.
Okay.
And then I get my scoop right away, and I get chocolate with the peanut butter sauce drizzled on top.
Oh, that's what you meant by scoop. A scoop of ice cream.
A scoop of ice cream.
I thought that was just like a quirky name. Like, I get the little kid super scoop.
Yeah.
That's a lot of value.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I was, but I recently tried to cash in, just get a kid's meal somewhere. Mm. They wouldn't serve me the kid's meal because I wasn't a kid. Yeah. I can't remember where I was.
You might have one sitting in the car.
I'm so non-confrontational. I was like, you got me.
Yeah. I surrender.
But like, I asked for like this kid's meal. And he's just like, it's for like ages 12 and up. And I'm just like, listen, I am not that hungry. Right. And I'm not going to save you leftovers. A little snack. I wish I could tell you where this was. This was a little while back, like a few months ago. It really fucked me up. But Culver's wouldn't do that to me.
No.
Culver's will let me get crispy fries, one chicken tender.
Absolutely.
A corn dog, and a scoop.
Culver's is a safe space.
Do you get a drink with that too?
Mm-hmm. My lemonade.
Oh, your lemonade.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, it's awesome.
Why would
it's
I
like
even get
$16.
16?
Yeah.
That's $16 for a fast food kids meal is crazy still to me.
I think my chicken tender, my extra tender, and my scoop. No, you get the scoop no matter what.
16.
Yeah, I think it's like, maybe I'm lying.
No, it's believable. Like unfortunately, that's really believable. Yeah. Then an adult's scoop in corn dog must be like 32.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know if you can get an adult corn dog. I don't know if that's an option.
You said that's for kids. Mm-hmm. They should adjust that. That's ageist.
I know.
Yeah.
Corn dogs are for everybody.
Yeah, I haven't had one since I was a kid, though. I will admit. I gotta get in touch. The same.
Even every time when I'm at a music festival or like any of the Chicago street festivals, like I beeline for the corn dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always convince myself funnel cakes are still good.
Okay, yeah.
They just smell good. I
haven't had one in a while. I think the last time I like specifically remember having a funnel cake was actually at Six Flags. We were going for our like physics field trip senior year of high school. Mm-hmm. And it just happened to be James's birthday. And we were on our way to our physics field trip. And I was sitting next to James on the bus. And a bunch of my friends were around me, and everyone started getting their dorm assignments for UW-Madison.
Ooh, okay.
And so I found out that I was in Celery, which is the dorm I wanted. I also was on the same floor as one of my best friends, Kayla, just by happenstance.
Lucky duck.
Our friend Zoe was 2 floors below us.
Okay.
My friend Claire was like at the dorm across the street. And James found out that he was in Cronsage, which was like his last choice.
Not Cronsage.
Cronsage. And it's very far away, right? It really does. It sounds like just a death sentence.
Yeah.
And so he was pissed. And then he kind of like stopped talking to me on the bus because he was mad. And I felt so bad for him because he got this news on his birthday. And anyway, we kind of like got to the theme park. And I remember just like going on a ride. And I didn't see him again until lunch. And him and a couple of his friends I think it was like just weed brownies that somebody had made. And they decided that would be a really good idea to do before you go on a bunch of rides.
Oh.
And I just remember like getting back to the little lunch area, school sanctioned lunch opportunity. And he was like the color of this couch, like completely green. And
this was after the trip?
It's like midway through.
Oh no. Okay.
We're like at the halfway point.
Halfway point, got it.
And he looked so crazy. And I was like, let me get you some lunch. You just sit down.
Yeah.
Like he was like, yeah, I don't feel so good. And all of his friends were like, well, we're going to go back on rides. We kind of wrapped up lunch. And he was like, I don't think I can. And I was like, well, I'll sit with you. Like, we'll go find a place to sit. Sat in a pizzeria for like an hour. He literally took a nap. And I just like sat there and watched the news.
The news. Fun.
So fun. And then he like kind of woke up and he was like, okay, I think I'm ready to get back out there. We'll find people, whatever. So we're walking past a funnel cake place and he was like, haven't eaten really that much of my lunch. Like, let's do funnel cake. And I was like, I'll grab a table. He went inside and I see him standing inside. And then all of a sudden I kind of see him looking around and I was like, uh-oh. And then I see him like dart out back and me and a man who was like sweeping the street, like follow him to the back of this funnel cake store. And he just projectile vomits all over the back of this funnel cake store. Oh my God, like so crazy. And this poor man who definitely had to clean it up was like, fuck.
That's the worst when you like spill something and like you can't even take responsibility for it.
Like we're making eye contact with this poor man whose responsibility this has become.
My gosh.
And then James was like, oh my God, like this is crazy, but I feel so much better.
Okay.
And then he was like, let's still get the funnel cake.
At least he gave them some business.
Yeah.
He owed them that.
So true.
Okay.
And that's the last time I remember having funnel cake, and I feel like I was, swept up in emotion. I don't even remember if it was good.
Yeah, who knows what it tasted like. It probably didn't have much of an appetite after watching what had happened out back.
Yeah.
That's
somehow
hysterical.
We wound up going on several more rides after that.
What a trooper.
I know.
Okay.
It has to be like one of the worst birthdays of all time.
That's really tough.
He did end up switching dorms halfway through the semester.
Okay.
For what it's worth.
How was dorm 2?
Dorm 2 was okay. It was like the nice dorm on campus. So like, I would say it was like quieter and like a little bit ritzy.
Ooh.
And he didn't necessarily need the ritzy stuff.
Okay.
It was kind of like, it was a pretty but kind of a lame dorm.
Okay.
If
So
that
like
makes sense.
the clientele was not so fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Not enough riffraff for James.
Right.
That's
He
fair.
honestly wasn't super riff-raffy, so I'm sure it was like a good in-between. But Kronsidge was like extremely far away, super lame.
Kronsidge, just like, it's like, oh, got a little Kronsidge under my nail.
Yeah.
Like
No, right.
It's a tough
derogatory.
sounding. Yeah, Kronsidge, derogatory.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a very silly freshman dorm scenario.
Okay, I can't wait.
I went to Clemson University my freshman year, and I got accepted really late. I threw an application in super late, and I was that like chronically undecided college kid. I was just like the last place I visited, I was like, I'm going there.
Yeah.
And then I visit another place, I'd say I want to go there.
No, totally.
But my sister was a student there, and so I was like, I'll throw in an application, whatever. And then I ended up getting in, and I was like, why? Because I was like the last minute I hit send. And I got into it, and then it was like the best school I got into for sure. So like I went. But because I got accepted so late, I had to apply to housing super late.
I see.
So I was put in the Kronsidge.
Yeah.
Kronsidge?
Kronsidge.
Kronsidge. Can you spell it for me?
I actually don't think I can.
Okay.
It's like K.
K.
It's a K.
Oh, that's a worse letter.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I was seeing it.
It's very much a K. It's like Kronsage.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Okay. That's actually a little more beautifully written than I thought.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, I was put in Johnstone Hall.
Okay.
And the thing about Johnstone Hall is every year it's part of the school budget to take it down because it's so old and destroyed. But every year the football team needs new helmets.
Sure.
Or it goes to something else that's like better, whatever. And so I was put into Johnston Hall with all the other kids that applied extremely late.
Sure.
Or just people that got in maybe 10 months ago and just were like, I forgot I needed to also have housing.
Right.
So just a goofy group of boys, a silly group of boys that don't get their shit turned in on time.
Right. That is actually hilarious to stick all of those people in the same place.
Oh yeah, it's borderline inappropriate.
Yeah.
And the beautiful part about it is because the school budget says we are not going to need this next year.
Yeah.
They just kind of like ignore all they just let you treat it as such.
Trash the place.
So if you put 100 of the most procrastinating worst students into a building and then give them the energy of do whatever you want to it, we're gonna tear it down later. Shambles.
No, totally.
Shambles. All of our fire exit signs, we all practiced our volleyball spikes on it. So we found out they were on hinges. Bad day for the signs, because like you hit it hard and it would just dink, and then you could put it back.
Okay,
but eventually we got really good that we just shattered them. So they were all gone within a month. At one point, somebody figured out that you could fit a golf tee between the tiles of carpet, because they were just little squares of carpet. So now we found out that we could turn our hallway into a driving range. Right. I'm serious.
Oh my God.
And we had metal hallways. Like they were just like tin walls.
Okay.
And so you would hear like frequently, 4! And if you didn't close your door in time, somebody was going to nuke a drive as hard as they could.
Right.
And our goal was to hit a tiny plexiglass window at the end of the door. At the end of the hallway, there's like a steel kitchen door kind of thing. Was to hit it on the fly and break that plexiglass.
Oh my God.
So this was like a 10-month long project, because it's like a 1 in a million shot. And so like regularly you would just get like a golf ball like ricocheted at you at like 300-yard shot. Just
this is not a safe environment.
It was so fun. Are you kidding me? I've never had so much fun in my entire life.
That is crazy. Was it boys only?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was boys only.
Like on purpose, or it just happened to be boys who were so late in determining their affairs?
Great question. It was at some point, I think, separated by gender by floor.
Okay.
But and the way I know that for sure is because our bathrooms didn't have urinals.
Okay.
So that was like a girl's floor.
I see.
I think the place got so destroyed and so unkept
we can only put boys in there.
That only boys would not notice.
Yeah, okay.
Or look at it and be like, sick.
Yeah.
And this is a little gross. You can cut it if it's a little too gross.
Totally.
Okay. Because we're dumb, gross boys, and there are no urinals. I thought urinals is just like a little convenience thing for time.
Sure.
No, it's so men don't be gross.
Okay.
Because
they pee all over the place.
Yes. Men need, or take that back. Grown men can figure this shit out.
Sure.
18-year-old children boys that are procrastinators need urinals. Because
see, and that's so crazy to me. It's not like your parents have a urinal at home. What were you doing for the last 18 years?
That's a great question. That's a great point. I think just because it's isolated events, just one toilet, one person. But when you get the group mentality of, if I keep it clean, it won't matter. Yeah, that gets really bad. Sure. So like every boy, it would start off clean, and then somebody would pee, get a little bit somewhere, and then from there, this is so gross. I'm sorry. From there, every consecutive pee, you'd have to stand a little farther back, because then you couldn't, because you'd be too close to the other guy's mess. And by the end of the evenings, we were arcing like 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah, you're 5 feet back.
I swear to God, it was literally like hazmat. Like people were getting infections. Like it was, yeah. And
you enjoyed that.
You know what? It's one of those things where looking back, like how the fuck, like you just don't, the classic saying, like a frog doesn't know it's in boiling water. You know where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
He doesn't realize it's boiling because it gets so gradually. They get used to the temperature.
I feel like it's one of those things too. It's your first taste of freedom. Yeah.
Oh, and we were free. We were free. Too free. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Put a little restraint.
So I'd be curious to hear James' experience at Cronage.
Yeah.
If if he was practicing his golf swing.
No, I mean,
you don't
perhaps.
think so?
I feel like he was spending as little time in that dorm as humanly possible.
Okay.
So I don't think he was honestly there much. His roommate also, I don't remember exactly where he was from, but he was from like an Asian country and he had lots of friends back home. And so he was very consistently staying up all night long playing video games so he could like chat with his friends back home and be like on their time zone. So like he never really got to know his roommate. Plus his roommate was just like up all night long being like shoot.
Oh,
you know,
stuff,
just kind of.
I had one of those.
Yeah. And so I think he really tried to spend as little time there as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think he had a fine time at his other dorm, but he honestly like James had like friends who were upperclassmen. Do you even still say that in college?
Cool guy James.
I
He
know.
would have older friends.
He was like friends with all of his brother's friends.
Yeah.
And they had a house on the lake, so he was like,
Oh.
"Oh, of course you're gonna go there."
See my video game roommate.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go to the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he was pretty much always at that house.
Good for him.
Which I think was, extremely fun for him. I do think it meant that he didn't necessarily make a ton of new friends.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's fine. Are you kidding me? He's already got him?
Yeah.
Lucky.
And they have a lake house, no
Yeah.
less.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Well, I had to make friends with the dirty P boys.
Right.
And the golf drivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who I had to affiliate with.
Hey, and these things happen.
That things did happen physically. Yeah, technically.
And you survived that?
I
You survived
did.
a lot of things.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I had a crazy video game roommate.
Okay. I
so
feel like that's like a rite of passage.
It
as
kind
a
of
boy.
is, yeah. So I ended up transferring out of Clemson, not because of my housing scenario. I had a great time. It was just wildly expensive to be
Sure.
out of state. And I was a Georgia State resident, so I got free school.
Okay.
And I was like,
Wow, that's
why would
nice.
I not? Yeah.
Free school.
Kind of. If you it's called the Hope Scholarship.
Okay.
Shout out Georgia and its balanced budget.
Amazing.
If you stay in school, go to university, and you have a 3.0 average or better, the school
wow.
will pay like 90% of your tuition.
Okay,
That's it.
brag.
Just
That's awesome.
Get some B's, baby.
Wow.
If you have like a 3.7, they pay 100%.
What?
Yeah.
Anywhere you want to go?
Any public Georgia school. So UGA, Georgia Tech, one of the best schools in the country for like
Whoa.
engineering.
That's really cool.
It's amazing. It's actually for like I think educationally wise, I got a great education. I'm saying shit like that.
No wonder your school is free.
Educationally wise, Georgia was like 48th in the country.
Okay.
But I think, by the time, like if you're getting to college, you can get like a really great education for free.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. So
That's
yeah,
European.
it is. It is. No free healthcare. Though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We're paying for that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I transferred my sophomore year, and so I wanted to I was like, shit, I have to like make new friends again. I'll just go through the dorm system again as like a sophomore.
Yeah.
And the dorms are much nicer at Georgia College where I went. But again, same thing. I like decided to transfer late, so I just got like assigned a random roommate.
Yeah.
Who and then turns out it wasn't that I was assigned a random roommate. Like he needed one. Well, he did need one. He had one, and he scared his other roommate away.
Oh, good.
Within 7 days.
Oh
and
my
they
God,
were like,
that's
"Oh, you're
fast.
transferring? Come on over. We have a spot for you."
We have just the guy for you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, here we go again.
Right.
And he was a video game boy.
Yeah.
A video game boy with a very, very strong ADHD Vyvanse prescription.
Oh, amazing.
One that if you have ADD, it's supposed to like level you, keep you calm and normal.
Yes.
He was just getting high off of it.
Totally.
Which cool, do your thing, dog.
Yeah.
Have at it. I don't care. But
we all have our vices.
yeah, it was the maximum dose.
That's
and
insane.
Yeah, he was 130 pounds.
Okay, small.
Because he was like thin to begin with.
Yes.
The medication did not make him want to eat.
Yeah.
And I remember him trying to explain. So he played League of Legends. Are you familiar? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've never played, but I know the culture.
It's a very intense, sweaty.
Sweaty.
Oh, video game culture sweaty. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Let me just
yes,
mansplain that to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, do.
Okay. I never know the fine line. I've gotten yelled at, and sometimes people are like, "Thank you for explaining."
I think in this case, I have a loose idea of what you're referring to.
Give me what you think it is, so then I don't.
Okay, I'm picturing like, well, I don't know. I guess what I'm picturing is sort of maybe incel energy.
It's just like, women are the worst.
Yeah.
They're the problem. They won't sleep with me.
Right. I do feel like that.
They go hand in hand sometimes.
Yeah, there is an overlap there in terms of the video gamer community.
It's, they're... Come on this podcast and you're going to lose a lot of your followers here if you start calling them all incels. No. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. Sweaty means like if you're in a sweaty lobby.
Okay.
Or if you're like the video game is very sweaty, it means that the people are extremely professional, tryhards. They live, breathe, and die that video game.
Okay.
So if you want to play with them, you will not have fun. You'll get screwed. He was a sweaty player.
Okay, so it's not just really for hanging out and chilling with your friends.
It was
serious.
His livelihood. It was everything to him.
Okay.
And on top of that, he was physically sweaty from the Vyvanse.
Right.
Like,
that does actually make you sweat profusely. Yeah.
So he would be on his laptop and he's just clicking. It's a lot of clicking.
Yes.
And I did end up learning and playing League of Legends. It's kind of a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a ceiling that gets really intense. And he had a collection of Kleenexes that he'd puff, dab,
wow,
trash, and then go back to clicking. And he did this for about 14 hours a day straight. Didn't go to class.
Wow. At a certain point, it's like, are you getting paid for that? Because
no, he wasn't
right
that good.
See, and then it's kind of like, what an incredible amount of time to put towards something that isn't necessarily benefiting you or your life in any way, shape, or form.
No. The amount of amphetamines he was on, he could have become the president.
That's insane.
But he got marginally good at League of Legends.
And sometimes you just have to, sort of pick what you're going to use that energy for.
Yeah. I mean, he was really good at that one character, Cho'Gath. He played Cho'Gath.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, we
all have our strengths.
I wish him well. I did end up leaving. I was like,
totally.
I'm also going to leave. Found a new place that was good. Single dorm, which was really hard to get, actually.
Okay.
And 2 weeks later, he was kicked out of campus.
Just for not going to school?
Not going to class, and then he got in trouble for like possession like twice in weed. So he would go wander his favorite smoke spot. He would wander the railway like a vagabond.
Was he out of the movies or something?
Yeah, like a stick with a handkerchief, just wandering. And he would like go smoke, and then he'd come back and then disassociate in the video game. So he got caught with weed twice and kicked out.
What an incredible life.
Yeah, I hope he's doing well.
I wonder where he is today.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to get into your good, bad, ugly.
Let's do that.
With your good.
I have to reference my phone because I don't remember what I had put together here.
It's completely normal.
Okay.
You won't be the first and you won't be the last.
Fantastic. All right.
I actually can't wait.
Okay, great. My good. I signed up for and will be attending Second City comedy classes.
Fun!
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
super
that's
pumped.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So that's it's Improv 1.
Nice.
I did a drop-in class, which is you pay $25 and see if like it's fun or not. No commitments, and I had so much fun.
I love that.
It was hilarious. Shout out our friend Manu.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to highly recommend you get her onto the podcast.
Oh, amazing. I love that.
Yes, we met at a wedding.
Okay.
She was placed at the table with Claire, Kira, me, like all of us that weren't part of the wedding party.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how we can get.
Totally.
Like throw you and Sophia and Claire and Kira and me in there. Like we can be a little intense.
No, totally.
Fucking nailed it.
I love
Jumped
that.
right in and was throwing bits and slinging sarcasm like no other.
Oh, that's
and
so
she
good.
is very smart, very witty, very fun. And so we got a text from her that she has a show at Second City. I had no idea she was doing
cool.
it.
Yeah.
And so we all went, and she did awesome, and it was super fun. And it turns out she's an Improv 4. She'd been doing it for like a year.
Amazing.
And so I was like, let me pick your brain. I've been wanting to do this.
That's dope.
My therapist actually said I have to.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a good therapist.
Yeah, he's like, you got to do something you like and enjoy, and it's like I'm forcing you to do it. It's
Wait,
like,
that's
okay.
great.
Yeah, so he's super pumped for me, but Manu like showed me the ropes, got me in it. So I'll give you her information.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And hopefully we'll see Manu on here. I think she'd have a good time.
When do your classes start?
October 18th, 28th.
Okay.
Late October. It goes for 6 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I actually have lots of friends in the improv scene, so I'll have to introduce you to
please.
some folks. Yeah. Is this something that like at the end you have a show, or do you do more classes before that unfolds?
So I have to, I would have to complete improv 4.
Okay,
So it would be 2 more like 4-week or 6-week classes before you have your own show.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Cool.
like, I think I would have, I mean, just from like the hour I spent with it, I was like, that was so fun.
Yeah. That's
so,
dope.
Yeah. It's, I mean, kind of expensive, but it's like totally, in my opinion, like worth flexing a little like creative brand and like getting to meet new people kind of thing. And it's also just fun.
And Second City is a big name.
It is. It's
like,
cool.
that's awesome. That, I mean, Tina Fey was back in Second City.
Who knows? No, I'm kidding. Jesus, relax.
I could see it.
Yeah,
no, that's awesome. I think what I love about like getting to be our age, like I feel like, I don't know, it's like no longer, it's so, you start doing shit like taking a class. Like, you know, like it's so good to be kind of like ready to be like, you know what? Yeah, I could learn a new skill.
Yeah. And it's so cool because like when you're a kid, when you're a teenager, you're forced to take class.
Yeah.
And going to class is dumb and nerdy.
Oh, right. You
like,
hate it
like,
or it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when you're an adult, if you like learn to get good at something,
no,
it's
that's
fucking
so cool.
It's so cool.
And it's of your own volition.
Healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love
exciting
finding people have just like cool shit.
Absolutely.
And doing it.
I really want to take a sewing class.
Yes. Oh, yeah. With your clothing business.
Yeah.
And like I could see you being.
I can like sew rudimentary.
Okay.
But I don't. I like would love to learn how to alter my own clothes. And then eventually I feel like it'd be fun to just like, I don't know, upcycle things and figure that out a little bit. I also just think that's a really like utilitarian good skill to have.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. I have to get a machine.
That was my next question. So when you say you're very rudimentary sewing skills, is that like you like hand needle thread?
I have done that.
Or if you have a machine, you could.
Yeah, and I used to like, my mom sews a bunch. Like, I feel like my mom's most every pillow that you can see here, my mom has made.
No way. Okay.
And she like, my mom's very artsy and she gives a lot of like hand sewn gifts and things like that as like presents. And so she loves to make people pillows and stuff. And I always thought that was really cool. And I mean, throw pillows are incredibly expensive for some reason. So
one of the many adult things where you're like,
why is that $100?
I need a rug. Let me go spend $50 on a rug. Oh, they're $1,400.
No, literally.
Oh, I wanted to cover this space. Oh, it's $800.
No, seriously.
You're TJ Maxx, motherfucker.
I know.
You're supposed to be affordable.
We're producing these in mass, and yet. Yeah,
that's
makes
crazy.
Absolutely no sense.
No, that would be so. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Especially just like I think you would make some really cool shit.
Thanks. I think so too. Yeah.
If you do a men's line, let me know.
Absolutely.
I will at the very least model for you. I'd love to.
Amazing.
That would be so fun.
Well, and I have a couple of friends who have done a sewing class at it's called Lil Street. I believe it's in Ravenswood. It's like an art center. I think they do other art classes too, but I have now like. I think I have like 4 or 5 friends who have gone through like their sewing program.
Cool.
And so I think that's going to be my next class.
Okay.
My big girl class.
Look at us just signing up for classes.
I know. I love it.
That's awesome.
And I feel like it's cool. Like it's a good way to just meet people.
Yeah.
And I feel like you'll probably meet some hilarious new friends in your improv, which is so fun.
And I'm such a not like in a relax to my friends. I was gonna say I'm in a rut with my friends. I'm not at all. I am such a like. I'm such a homie, like, these are my people. What are my people doing today?
Yes.
So, like, making friends as an adult is just, it takes so much effort. It's hard. And it requires an activity, a class, or, like, common ground. So, I'm super excited to meet just, like, new people, new souls.
Yeah. Oh, my God, I love that.
Be, like, super hilarious with them.
No, like, that's so good. Especially because, you're, like, automatically these people will be funny.
Yes.
So that's also a perk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do your bad.
Okay, my bad. What is my bad?
What is bad for Neil?
Things that are bad right now, every pipe in my new apartment.
Oh no.
Every single one.
That's Chicago for you.
I would agree with you. Mm-hmm. But Kelsey and I, my new beautiful girlfriend.
Shout out. Yeah.
Love you.
She paid you to say that?
Of course not. Absolutely not. No, we're having so much fun. Living together and having fun. But we went house hunting international, trying to find the right apartment.
Sure.
We saw a billion of them. We wanted to make sure it was right. Everything, location, whatever.
Yes.
We paid more than we both wanted to get the things we were hoping for.
Yeah.
Great. New building.
Okay,
Pretty
I
new
see,
building.
I see.
You'd think a
pipes.
new building would have new pipes.
New pipes.
Crazy idea. I don't know. So we signed for it, and then we immediately get an email being like, by the way, you know how there is a garbage disposal, which is such a flex. I love a garbage disposal.
Same.
Got trash, grind it up.
No, literally.
Grind it up.
I'm putting everything down there.
Yes. Just not bacon grease, please. That's the only thing. Otherwise, just get rid of it.
Absolutely.
And we immediately get a message the day we move in. It's like, oh, by the way, and they send like this massive packet about how there's bad pipes in the building and we can't use the garbage disposal
at all.
Yeah, they're like, you can't put anything down there. They do quarterly rodding.
Okay.
I thought it was rotting.
Yeah. Same.
I know. Yeah, that's why I emphasize the D, not the T. I was like, what do you mean, like shit's rotting in there?
Right.
And they have to like get rid of the rot? That sounds horrible. Yeah. But it's rotting. My mom, being a realtor, she's like, it's rotting. It's like, okay, people don't know that.
No, nobody knows
so,
that.
And I could be totally wrong. So your real estate viewers can be like, this guy's an idiot. But like I think they have to like put a bendable rod down all the pipes to clear anything because they don't drain correctly quarterly. So once a quarter they have to do that.
Fantastic.
And my mom said, that's crazy. Normally it's once a year. So these pipes are bad. These pipes are 4 times worse than standard Chicago pipes.
I didn't even know we were supposed to be doing that once a year.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is 31.
That is crazy.
You turn 31 and you rot.
Yeah,
well, I don't have to rod.
You don't have to rod the pipes.
But I didn't think anything of it. Annoyed, but I won't use it.
Yeah.
The plumber's been to our apartment in 3 times.
Oh my God, in 3 weeks.
In the 3 weeks we've been there. Once.
Okay, so you have a new weekly visitor.
Claire and Kira and Ryan and Manu came over to watch Saturday football, to get a little tour of our apartment. We're still unpacking things.
Yes.
So I was like, come over, watch the football game. Michigan, for Claire to see her game. And I had to put in a sink order. It did it on a Friday. They show up on a Saturday because our sink exploded.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We looked up. I was like, hey, Kelsey, are you filling the sink? She goes, no. I thought you did that. I was like, no, water had just started pooling up.
Oh no, my God, it was coming up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So we hit the disposal to make it drain, and then a little pipe underneath popped out, and so it drained just into the kitchen floor.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so we mopped that up. They show up and they're like drilling during the football game. I'm like, you guys are gonna love every time you come here. Just like number one host. And then 2 times for toilets because they half flush, don't flush.
Okay.
So that's okay. That's
well, that sucks.
Yeah.
We actually have a bad plumbing situation here as well.
It's kind of it's the charm of being in Chicago.
Yes, and our building is old. I think we are working with an old set of pipes. But we're having sort of a situation where our shower like fills up pretty quickly. And I don't want to be standing in a pool of water while I'm rinsing off. It's
kind of triggering.
It's
in
disgusting.
A weird way. It's okay. I don't think it's gross.
I think it is so
hygienic
gross.
wise, I'm like whatever, but hearing water hit,
yes,
that's jarring for some reason in shower.
I completely agree.
But I'm clean wise, whatever, man.
I just sort of don't love. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to be standing in that.
Yeah, you're standing in what you just cleaned.
Yeah,
like that's the dirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like it's really just like slightly, maybe to the ankles or something. It never gets much higher than that.
That's a lot.
But it's a lot.
Yeah.
And we also don't have like our shower. It's like an open. Like it could easily just become, it would be on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a like 6 inches to work with? Kind of thing? Okay.
It's very small.
Okay.
And
but yeah, you were like, that's worrisome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we were told not to put like really Drano or anything that has like chemicals in it because it ruins old pipes. And so what we started doing, which I think is a bad idea, plumbers would probably disagree, but we'll like just give it a little plunge in the shower.
That seems smart.
And then you literally just have to do it like one time and the water will start going down. So it's very strange. Like it doesn't feel like that clogged or anything. It's almost like air. But then within like maybe 30 seconds of doing that, the worst, most sulfurous smell.
So don't say smell.
Comes out of that fucking drain. Like it is actually, it makes me sick to my stomach. Also, then I feel like, okay, now I probably smell like this.
I was going to say something when we sat down.
Yeah.
we had dinner before this. I was across the table. It was fine. But this
now it's much worse.
This couch could be wider.
I did shower
I'm
today.
kidding. No.
And then all of a sudden our sink will start gurgling.
Okay.
And like black stuff will come out of it. So somehow all of the plumbing is hooked up.
Okay.
And that just can't be quite right. I don't think that smell, if sulfurous gas is building up in my pipes, like something has to be wrong.
What else is down there?
Right.
Think about that. Next time you shower, think about that.
I'm scared about mine exploding and it just being like sewage, which could happen.
I don't wish that for you.
Thank you.
I just want you to know that I'm team. I don't want that to happen to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you certainly won't be coming over for dinner.
Okay, that's right. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's see what I have left.
You're ugly.
Okay. I don't want to disturb this beautiful cat.
I know. He's so funny. He actually does tend to know when we get close to the end of the pod, and then he'll come lay back down.
What a smart kitty.
I know.
All right, my ugly. I got 2 parking tickets last week.
No.
And they were like particularly frustrating. So I'm coming from my old apartment. We had parking. I paid extra for a parking lot.
Yeah.
This one we have 1 spot. So Kelsey uses it because she's like a brand new nice car. Mine is not. So mine deserves the street. It's a car in the streets. To be honest. But
she's where she belongs.
Yeah, but we all know Chicago street parking is just a bitch.
Oh yeah.
And there's the crazy rules that like you'll park somewhere, everything's cool, and then like a day later somebody will put up a sign and say street cleaning.
Right.
And then you're gonna get ticketed or towed.
Yeah.
So I left my car. I have it every day in my phone as a reminder at noon to take a walk. To check for street signs.
Yeah.
Yes, to check for street signs if it needs to be moved now. So I got a ticket because there was street cleaning, $60.
$60?
Yep, $60. That was annoying. But what was even more annoying, and this is my fault. Like, this is not the city of Chicago's fault. This is me just being a shitty person.
Sure.
My plates are expired.
Okay.
But that's like, okay, that happens.
Yeah.
I have a sticker in my glove compartment.
No.
And I hadn't put it on yet.
Oh no.
Because my thought process being like, the next time I drive, it has been sitting there for a while. Okay. I was like, the next time I drive, I don't want to get pulled over for it. Right. I'll put it on. But that's disrespectful for a policeman to say, oh, this car that's not being used.
No, totally.
Needs to be ticketed because it might be used when it's not. Come on.
That is actually so true.
Have some respect.
No, that is fucking bogus.
Yeah. But I Googled it. Reddit said that's very common. That's my fault.
Is that 100%. Something where you were getting a parking ticket anyway, and then they saw that and you got more, or was the ticket solely just for the plates?
So turns out, whoever does city parking tickets, because obviously not like a real policeman is, I think, doing this. They probably have a few other things to do with.
Yes.
They are whatever parking law enforcement. They are doing, I think they're actively doing both. So if your car is parked correctly, they are still looking for any plate that has the wrong color sticker.
Just to fuck with you.
They're doling out expired tags.
I did actually hear something, and now I can't remember if this is parking tickets or speeding. But the city of Chicago, this is like completely random lore. Now I can't remember where I heard this. And honestly, we'll have to fact check this because I could be spewing lies right now.
Okay.
But the city of Chicago has some bizarre agreement with like...
Keep going.
Isn't it like, it's like Saudi Arabia?
Yes. Yeah. They sold the parking spaces to, I don't want to misspeak. Yeah. But basically to like people that are not from Chicago. And it was apparently...
It's like a Middle Eastern country that gets all of the income from these tickets.
Tell me more.
I just, when I found that out, I was like, that makes literally no sense.
It sucks.
Also, I don't really get then why we're trying so hard to ticket people if it's not even going towards the city.
Yeah.
Like, what is the why?
I think I read some sort of article, and by that I mean like probably read the headlines.
Right.
And I'm ready to give you and the world what I think might have been in that article.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yes.
Apparently it was like financially one of the worst deals a municipal or a city has ever made with another company.
That is insane.
Chicago just took like a check saying like, hey, we'll sell you like 80% of all these spaces. You can charge for them however you want. we want money now. And so they handed them like probably like $150 million.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure within like 7 years, they've recouped their investment already, and they have the spaces for another like 50 years.
That is insane.
So they should like quintuple their money by the millions. And that money
wild.
is going just somewhere else and not like back to the city, because we just, whoops.
I didn't even know that was like an option, that you could just sell it off to a private. Yeah, it makes no sense.
They're just out here selling our parking spots.
That was so funny.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Well, I'm sorry about your parking tickets.
It's okay. I'm frustrated by the first $60 one. I was parked when
and which is reasonable to
I
be
was
frustrated.
That is what it is. Like, that's a bummer. I was parked when I wasn't supposed to be there. I'll take that. I'm extra frustrated at myself for the sticker one, because that was avoidable.
Right.
I'll own it. That was on me. That was on me. Yeah.
I don't drive in the city if I can help it.
Yeah.
James has a car. When I moved here, I sold mine. I definitely didn't think that we both needed one. And I have driven, like, I can probably count on one hand how many times I've driven since moving here. Mm-hmm. And the first time that I drove, a friend of mine, shout out to Owen, was like, you need to get behind the wheel once a year. And I was like,
I think that's good advice. Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, James and I were going to breakfast just up on the square. So mind you, that's like a mile at best.
Okay.
And I was like, I will drive. We were just going to like pick up our food. And I think we were initially going to take it back. And we got there and there was like outdoor seating available. And we were like, let's just like grab our food and stay because it's nice out. We were there for, at best, 30 minutes. At maximum, 30 minutes.
And what happened?
And I get back to the it's $50 ticket. I was like, my one time driving in the whole year. And now it's costing me $50. But it's actually very funny because the waitress, like, who had been serving us, saw me kind of walk up to the car, get the ticket, and be like, oh, fuck. And she came over to the car. I had, like, my window rolled up, and because at that point I was like, James, you're driving home. Like, I give this up forever.
It could only get worse.
Yeah, quit while you're ahead. And so she, like, tapped on the window, and she kind of had, like, a little pouty, like, sad face on, and I, like, rolled the window down, and she was like, I'm sorry, do you want a cookie?
Oh, that's really sweet.
And so I got a free cookie.
Okay.
Which surely cost less than $50, but it was something.
It helps you recoup about like $2. Yeah.
And a little bit of my spirit.
That sucks. That's
so,
funny.
but yeah, there's nothing worse than getting a parking ticket. I really haven't gotten many. I feel like in Madison, they're not quite prowling the way they are here.
Okay.
So I feel like here, we have a garage too. Like,
okay. Oh, nice.
I'm away.
Yeah.
I'm away. I'm hidden.
It's cutthroat here.
Yeah, it really is. Yes. Well, there's no like worse person on the planet than parking enforcement. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just ruining people's day.
Oh, yeah.
That's your whole job.
Parking what? Sorry.
Enforcement.
Oh, enforcement.
Yeah,
okay. I thought you said parking at Horseman.
Oh, perhaps that too.
Was that the name of the venue that you parked near?
No, enforcement.
Enforcement, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like you're a dick if that's the career path.
That's an unthankful job.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're everybody's enemy. You're an enemy of the street.
Nobody's going to be pumped to see.
No. They hate to see a parking enforcement officer coming.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me on this pod. I have one last question for you.
Oh, okay.
Is your hater mode activated today?
Is my hater mode active? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I'm typically not a hater.
You don't give me hater vibes.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a big hater. Okay. Which is why my podcast is famously called Pessimistic at Best.
Fantastic.
And I feel like even you talking through like some of these things that are you're bad and you're ugly, you kind of still, you're willing to kind of look inwards at like, you know, I could have done differently my parking situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I fucked those up. Yeah.
I would say my hater mode is activated today.
Okay. What are we hating on?
I just felt like it was giving such Tuesday in the derogatory.
I said that when I came in here.
Yeah.
You said, how's your Tuesday? And I had a long pause. I said, it's
Tuesday.
Just Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like recently, this is my first, actually maybe my second full week back at work. Yeah. With like no more summer Fridays and all of that jazz. And I'm feeling it. Okay. And so I'm feeling that's making me a hater.
Okay. I think that's valid.
My 9 to 5.
I might join you.
Yeah. Come on board. The water's fine.
Take me just turn me out. Make me be just angry at things.
No, like it's awesome. Yeah. It's best to complain. I actually find it very cathartic.
Yeah. I think I have way too high of a tolerance for just the world can just
bash you around a little bit,
slap me, and I'd be like, well,
yeah, no worries.
I probably deserved it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I did something to get that. Yeah.
See, I'll go through like the most minor inconvenience, and I'm like, I'm actually never gonna stop talking about this.
Do you know what I think that is? I think you respect yourself. And I'm gonna try. From here on out.
Maybe we can meet in the middle.
I'm gonna hate I'm gonna be a hater. I'm gonna start respecting myself.
Amazing. I've turned you out. Fantastic.
No, I think this is the kick in the rear I needed. So thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad this podcast could do that for you.
Yeah. Saving lives.
Yes. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
This was so fun.
Thank you. Yeah, this was so fun.
I'm glad you thought so, because also now that I know you're joining improv, you have to be on here all the time.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You're
This
gonna be
was
regular.
100% like, so I'm super anxious to join the improv. Of course, I told her I was like nervous to come on here, but if I'm going to go, if I got to go do this in front of people, I got to get used to this.
Yeah.
So, and
the world is your stage.
That is true. Oh God, don't say that. No, you're a wonderful host. This was
Thank
super
you.
easy peasy. You and James are such a loving, warming presence. So
You're so
this
sweet.
didn't even feel like I was on a podcast.
You kind of forget you have the mic.
I don't know if you noticed this, but you could like zoom in on it, clip it. At some point, I started to use I was like, anyways. It was really brief. It was early. It was early on.
Wait, that's so funny. I didn't even notice.
I'm smooth like that.
I guess so.
No, this was super fun. Thank you for having me.
Well, absolutely. And thank you guys for listening. We'll be back with another episode next week. Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap. I had fun. How about you? As always, thank you for living, laughing, loving, and most importantly, listening to my podcast. Want to stay in the loop? You can find us at Pessimistic at Best on Instagram, or if it's me you're looking for, that'll be at Sam Georgeson on all platforms. Don't forget to rate and review the show, and if bonus content is your thing, you can gain access to extra episodes by joining our Patreon. The link is in our show notes. And last but certainly not least, shout out to James for being the brains behind this operation. Couldn't do it without you, honey. Okay, see you next week.